Hey friends, Jeff here with missionmusician.com, and today I want to talk about creating a unique delay for your vocals or guitar or whatever. And I want to show you what I've done here. Now, this may not be the right delay for the song, and as a matter of fact, it's not. And before we get too far into this song is not mixed at all. There are no plugins. Let me switch views here. There are no plugins other than this delay that I am creating. Okay, so this isn't a mixed song. I'm just kind of experimenting right now, just messing around, and I thought I would shoot just a quick video on this. So let me play it for you first, and then I'll show you what's going on.
She was a doll, she was a lady. She was a blessing from above. She wanted everything, and so did I. I couldn't do it all alone.
All right, so you may be thinking, so what's the big deal? Well, it's a pretty unique delay in that, one, it's a dynamic delay. The vocal or the delay ducks down until the vocal phrase stops, and then it comes back up. That's a pretty major problem with long repeats. It tends to jumble up vocals and it gets distracting. Well, if you send it to a side chain on a compressor, you can control how the delay comes out, which I love doing. So, and then also I've got some VMR distortion saturation going on it to kind of dirty it up. So let's just go through the chain really quick. Matter of fact, maybe I'll just recreate it. Let's do that. So let me hold on. Let me see what the EQ is doing. All right, so it's just rolling the highs off. All right, so let me get rid of this. No. Delete. All right. So let me get rid of this. I'm going to send the vocal to a new send. Actually, to a new track. I want an aux input stereo, and I'm going to call it. Let's just call it dirty delay. All right, and then I'm going to put on a stock delay. And I'm going to use the Mod 3, and I'm going to set it up for half note, and I'm going to bump this groove a little bit so it kind of sounds in stereo. And let's listen to what we have now.
She was a doll, she was a lady.
I got a solo safe at first.
She was a doll, she was a lady. She was a blessing from above. She wanted everything, and so did I. I couldn't do it all alone.
So that's distracting. So one thing I want to do, I kind of want to get an analog vibe to it. So the first thing I want to do is I want to roll off the top end. And I'm just going to use a low pass filter and bring it down to somewhere around 2K.
She was a doll, she was a lady. She was a blessing from above. She wanted everything, and so did I.
Right, so we're rolling off that top end. Then the next thing I want to do is add VMR in. All right, and I'm sorry I keep pausing the video before I open VMR, but there's a very specific reason why I'm doing that. And so what I want to do is I want to crank up this. Actually, I'm going to throw trimmer in first. I'm going to turn this all the way down. I'm going to crank trimmer. And then I'm going to put in a preamp, and actually going to put in the FGN. I'm going to crank some of this up. I'm going to crank this up. Let's bring in an FG76 as well. I'm going to crank this up. Bring this down a little bit. I'm just trying to recreate what I had in there. And then I had trimmer and pulled it all the way down. And let's listen to where we're at right now. Let me get this guy somewhere over here. And let me see if I can. Dang it. So I messed up here. Really wish we could resize the GUI on this thing so I could get it all the way into my screen. But let's listen here to what this is doing.
She was a doll, she was a lady. She was a blessing from above. She wanted everything, and so did I. I couldn't do it all alone. I wanted her to have the finest things. She looked good in diamonds and pearls.
Right, so it's making it more interesting, giving it more of an analog feel. So let's stick with that for now. Let me close this. And then the last thing we need to do is just bring in a stock compressor. Let's see. And we're going to do a side chain here. So the delay ducks down when the main vocal sings and then comes back up when there's no vocal singing. All right, so what we want to do is I'm going to use this dirty delay send right here as my key input. So I'm going to send this to the compressor. So let me look up where that's at. All right, and then I'm going to turn the side chain on. A lot of people get nervous when people talk about side chain compression. It's not really a big deal. I shouldn't say nervous. They just don't understand it. All we're doing is taking the flow of the track. So the vocal sings and comes down through here. Then it comes to this bus and it sends it to this compressor. Okay, it's also sending it here, but it's sending it to this compressor first. All right. So anytime that the vocal is singing, it is going to compress, and then when it lets go, the delay is going to come through. So let me show you kind of what I mean. Let's see, side chain is on. Let's set for kind of a medium attack, and then we can adjust the release as well. So we got to set the threshold so it starts compressing.
She was a doll, she was a lady. She was a blessing from above. She wanted everything, and so did I. I couldn't do it all alone. I wanted her to have the finest things. She looked good in diamonds and pearls. When I look back, I'd do it all over again. She was the role that rocked my world. She was a doll, she was a lady. She was a blessing from above. She wanted everything, and so did I. I couldn't do it.
All right, so you can hear as soon as the vocal stops singing, the delay comes up, and we can adjust how quickly it comes up with the release. We can adjust the volume to control how loud it is, obviously. Let's just listen to that really quick. Like I said, this probably isn't the right delay for this song, but I wanted to give you some options when you're trying to set up a delay for a vocal. Sometimes a simple idea can inspire you to do other things. So this is pretty simple, but you know, could inspire you to do something else, or this may be perfect for the track that you're working on for a guitar or vocal or snare, whatever, you know. Let's take a listen.
She was a doll, she was a lady. She was a blessing from above. She wanted everything, and so did I. I couldn't do it all alone.
Right, so it's pretty cool. The vocal doesn't jumble, or the delay doesn't jumble the vocal when it's singing, but you still get that throwback delay. So this is a cool way. Now, obviously, you can go through and automate the delay to come on and off when you want it, but this is a pretty cool way of doing it without doing all that automation. So just a quick tip for you, when working with delays, you can sidechain compress them, and you can also dirty them up with emulation, with analog emulation, or just a distortion plugin. So that's it for today. Subscribe if you like these videos, and thanks for watching. I'll see you real soon in some other videos. Thanks. Bye-bye.